Hello, it's Monday, it's 9 o'clock. I'm Joanna Gosling in for Victoria. Welcome to the programme. Coming up shortly, the guide dog owners who say they want tougher penalties for taxi and minicab drivers who refuse to take them and their assistants' dogs. Do let us know if you've ever been refused a drive in a taxi because of having a guide dog with you. Get in touch on everything we're talking about this morning on the programme, and please remember the hashtag Victoria Live. And don't forget, if you text, you will be charged at the standard network rate. Right, let's catch up. First, guide dog owners are calling for stronger penalties for cab drivers who refuse to carry them. The charity Guide Dogs claims owners are being let down because the penalties issued to taxi and minicab drivers who flout the law and refuse to take assistance dogs are inadequate. The charity's research shows the fines can be as low as £50, no higher than those given to someone who dodges a train fare or doesn't pay their TV licence. Well, in a moment we'll meet Jade, who's been refused taxis because of her guide dog Brody. But first, take a look at this film from the charity Guide Dogs.
Oh, great. You've got one of those, have you?
Hello. Hello. Queen Mary Park, please.
Oh, the park. Wonderful.
Oh, he loves the park. Yes, you do.
So patronising. Listen, I'm not going anywhere with him in the back.
Who? Alfie?
It's Alfred.
He doesn't bite.
Well, he might.
I'm a pacifist.
It'll ruin my interior.
Well, I'd have a job.
Listen, you're all right, mate, but, you know, I don't want his kind in the back of my cab.
There it is. I knew it. Wow. His kind. I said it, Stephen. Didn't I say it? I'll have you know I'm a hard-working professional.
Yeah, he smells.
Don't, Stephen. He's not worth it.
It's my cab and I decide he gets in.
I rely on him. I can't leave the house without him.
True.
I'm pretty sure this is illegal.
Oh, God. I've got an allergy.
Oh, you've got an allergy.
Why didn't you say before?
I forgot.
What are you allergic to?
That. I'm sorry, you know, you're just not getting in.
Very nice.
Well, we can talk now to guide dog user Jade Sharp, who has experienced that herself. Also, Helen Honstvedt from the charity Guide Dogs, and Steve McNamara, General Secretary of the Licensed Taxi Drivers Association. Thank you all for coming in. Jade, you're here with your guide dog Brody. It has happened to you, hasn't it? Tell us what your experiences have been.
Yes, I have been refused by 9 Uber taxis, Uber minicabs in total.
And what happened?
Last May, on the 7th of May, me and a friend were going to a concert at the Fairfield Halls in Croydon, and we got refused by 4 Uber minicabs in one day.
Had they actually arrived and then saw the dog? What happened?
No, what happened was, because I'd been refused once previously by another taxi firm, and in that case the driver had turned up, seen Brody and then driven off. So what I've been doing since then is, whenever I booked the Uber minicab on my phone, I would ring the driver in advance and tell him that I had a guide dog travelling with me.
Mm-hmm. We have asked Uber for a comment on obviously what you've experienced, Jade, and this is what a spokesperson has told this programme. While the licensed drivers who use our app are self-employed, we remind them of their legal obligation to take service animals before they can start driving. It is not acceptable to refuse guide dogs. Any Uber partner driver who doesn't accept service animals not only risks having their Uber partnership revoked, but also risks having their private hire licence taken away. When you are in it, though, when you are unable to get where you want because you have been refused a ride because of the dog, how does that feel?
It's frustrating, really, because I've got Brody to be independent, to help me to go places, and it feels like barriers are just being put up in my way. I mean, there's times now where I might want to go out somewhere, And I just think to myself, should I take my white stick, should I take my cane instead of using Brody, because I don't want to be refused again.
And how would that make you feel if you had to go down that route?
I wouldn't want to do that because Brody is there to make me more independent. He's there to help me when I'm out and about, and I don't want to have to stop using him.
Helen, how much is this happening?
So we did a survey last year and we found that at 1.75% of guide dog owners have been refused access from somewhere. And
Not necessarily just taxis?
Not just taxis, all sorts of shops, restaurants, all sorts of places, but taxi and private hire vehicles are the most common place that guide dog owners are being refused access from.
And is the law clear?
Yes, the law is very clear, and in fact, in many ways, it's strongest around taxis. Unless you have a valid medical exemption certificate, you must take an assistance dog at no extra cost.
So, Steve, are you aware of many drivers doing this?
No, this is a particular problem with the minicab industry, particularly the likes of Uber, where the drivers are not known to the company. The company have got a very light touch. Just
to refer everyone back to that statement that we just read from Uber, they say that they do make their drivers aware. So, sort of not necessarily just focusing on Uber, but in general. Do you think drivers?
That's a get out. Our members, black cabs in London, why would we not want to take people with assistance?
So can you guarantee no black cab driver would ever refuse
I'm not saying
somebody?
It's never happened. What I'm saying to you is I've never heard of it. The reality is that if you provide a service to London or any other city in the UK, then you should provide a service to all those people. Can you imagine if we were sitting here and somebody was saying that they refused to take someone because of their colour or their religion? There'd be an outcry. Why is it it's acceptable to refuse someone because they've got an assistance dog? It's a scandal. What's needed is greater training, what's needed is greater regulation, and what we say should happen, there should be a one strike and you're out policy. If you're convicted of refusing to carry an assistance dog, your licence should be revoked, simple. What should also happen is the operator that provides that vehicle that's refused and been convicted should also be liable.
Helen, as you're saying, the law is clear. There is a system in place that allows for quite heavy fines, £1,000. Is the system working effectively?
So we don't think that that's a heavy enough fine. It's the equivalent of if you dodge a train fare or don't pay your TV licence. But Jade's perfectly talked about the real impact that this has on people's independence, and some people have considered giving up their guide dog because they just don't feel confident going out and about. Yeah, exactly, and whether they'll be refused. So what we want is for the fine to be increased to £2,500, which we think will be a much stronger deterrent, and for all taxi and minicab drivers to have to do disability equality training as a condition of their licence as well.
Something we would welcome.
Jade, Helen was also talking about the fact that people are turned away not just from taxis and minicabs but other places too. Do you get turned away much because of your dog?
Yes, well, a few years ago, me and my sister got refused from a Tesco's. We got told to leave because we had Brody with us. And I've also been refused from a local pub at home as well.
Do you stand your ground and explain why you've got the dog?
Yes, I do. I always say that he's a guide dog, he's a working dog. He's allowed anywhere. He can't be refused in places.
And he's your eyes and ears?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, all of you, for coming in and talking to us. And let us know if you've ever had any experience around guide dogs as well and what your thoughts are on that. Now, coming up, we'll go...